Welcome to week 21 of our weekly weight loss Zoom support group. Reasons for the weekly Zoom? Well, it's a support group that helps you stay committed, it helps you stay motivated, we give you health and nutrition tips, and get some questions answered and have some fun doing it. Like that little dog looking at that pizza there. When life is testing your keto skills. Join your weight loss support group on Facebook and WhatsApp so you can get more support there. Maybe you can't attend every Monday evening, but on those groups you can also give support. And also on the Facebook page, I put the links to the recordings as well. Now this week's tip, keto or banting can be a great weight loss lifestyle, so something to really consider. Now please, it's not like that cartoon says, I'm on a low carb diet. Whenever I feel low, I eat carbs. No, that's not what keto or banting is. So what is keto and banting? Well, banting focuses on a low carbohydrate but high fat intake. It originated in England by William Banting. He was successful in losing weight. He tried it on himself and he lost about 17 kilograms in 38 weeks. The keto diet is a bit younger, it dates back to the 1920s. It was actually used for epilepsy management and seizure control. It's also low carb and high fat, but it's stricter in banting in terms of what you're allowed to eat. Well, banting and keto, they're quite similar, but there are differences. The main difference is that in keto, the aim is to reach a state of ketosis. In banting, you will also, but it's more like a byproduct. It's not the main aim, but you will also get to ketosis in both cases. Both lifestyles seem to help to reduce the risk of chronic illnesses like diabetes and heart disease, cholesterol, blood pressure, those type of things. In my personal case, I used banting and it corrected my blood pressure and my cholesterol. I also included some omega-3 supplements, but whole food omega-3 supplements. One that consists triglycerides. I did talk about this also in another health recording on my YouTube channel. You can find one called Why the Hype About Omega-3 to get more information about the type of omega-3 you must look for. The Paleo Diet, quite similar because it also cuts out all the cereals and processed foods and dairy as well. They also eat meat and fish and vegetables because they say our ancestors didn't have all these refined foods. They're less obesity, diabetes, and heart disease rates than we have today. And several studies suggest that this diet can lead to significant weight loss. By just cutting out certain foods, you can do it. The diet includes meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and herbs. Well, banting has got 4 stages. First is an observation stage for about 1 week. This is where you observe what you're currently eating, what your habits are, how much you eat. Keep a journal of that so you can get an idea of what you changed and what you're doing at the moment. Then second is restoration. The main focus is then to restore your gut health. That's so important because our food that we eat destroys your gut health. Now this stage can last between 2 to 12 weeks even. We eliminate all the foods from the red groups. You know the banting red list? You eliminate those foods and you consume only from the orange and the green lists. And then the third phase is transformation. Here is where you follow the original banting diet. So that you focus mainly on the green list. Very seldom from the orange list, but basically from the green list only. Then preservation. Once you've reached your goal, you introduce the previous group's orange in moderation and occasionally a red thing. But that would be like a treat you include then. The fat issue. Please, there's a big misconception about high-fat diets. The thing that they say fat is bad for us. Remember, that was introduced around the 1980s especially because they said fat causes cholesterol, blood pressure, all these problems. But it's since been shown that that is not the true story. The main culprit is actually carbohydrates. You've got 3 macronutrients, protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Only your proteins and your fats are essential. Your body can make what is needed from those 2 if you cut your carbs. Well, the myth about fat. We've been told for many years now, fat is bad. fat causes cholesterol. Fat is a health problem. But go watch week 8 of the weight loss Zooms on the YouTube channel. They talk about the thing fat doesn't make us fat. We must stay away from too much omega-6s, yes. We must stay away from trans fats. But the culprit is actually the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates cause inflammation, and that causes the problem. The low carb diets are actually very good. Stay away from the low fat diets. They actually cause problems. To lose weight, one must find a healthy balance. So when choosing what to eat, so find a healthy lifestyle, but look for nutritious food like fresh fruit, vegetables, good fats, proteins if you want to lose weight. Also drink enough water. Participate in cardiovascular exercise and strength exercise. It will help to burn fat and get enough sleep. But please, nutritious food, stay away from things that contain synthetics, artificial substances, and other processed foods. Here, for example, is the Banting green list. You can Google it and you can find it on the internet. But if you need this, please you can WhatsApp me on 083 285 9872. I repeat, 083 285 9872. That's a South African number. Okay, you can WhatsApp me, I can send you this list. This is the list of food you can eat when you're on Keto and Banting. The orange list, that's your sometimes list. If you're keto, you probably never eat from this. If you're Banting, you can eat a little bit of this every now and then, but not too much. Otherwise, you won't go to ketosis. And this is your never, never eye corner. Stay away. Don't touch. Don't eat these foods. Take note of the sweetness. The artificial sweetness are all here. Because in actual fact, artificial sweetness actually cause weight gain and other health issues. Don't go for artificial sweetness. And if you want to eat fruit and vegetables, make sure you eat the clean, from the clean 15. Because unfortunately, fruit and vegetables are full of toxins. The spray, the pesticides go inside the fruit and vegetables. It's not just on the outside, you can't wash it off. But if you're diabetic, then obviously, and if you want to go keto banting, like on the clean 15 days, non-GMO sweet corn. That unfortunately is high in starch, so that won't be good for keto and banting. So just check those things, look for the green list, and see which ones are on the clean 15. What is ketosis? Well, it's a metabolic state in which your blood has a high concentration of ketones. This is when your body starts using fat as its main fuel source. Okay, that is normally happens when you have very little glucose in your body because of starvation, of fasting, or following a low-carb diet. Now, your body needs energy from somewhere, so if there's not enough glucose, your insulin levels will therefore also decrease, and then fatty acids will be released from the body fat stores in large amounts. And these are then transported to the liver, where they turn into ketones. And these are then used as an alternative source by the cells of the body. Unlike fatty acids, ketones can cross the brain barrier and provide energy for your brain in the absence of glucose. So you can get energy this way. You don't need carbs. Now, to enter a state of ketosis, you need to eat as little as 50 grams and even less, and some people even less than 20 grams of carbs in a day. It all depends on your body size and your metabolism and things like that, how much your body needs. You need to remove or greatly reduce the following things: the grains, legumes, potatoes, fruit, candy, sugar soft drinks, and sugar sweetened beverages, and condiments and sauces. Now, there's one concern here. If you cut out grains, especially whole grains, you're going to lose out on your lipids and sterols, which are very important for your cell membranes to be healthy and functioning normally. Now, there's a supplement called 3NN that actually supplies those lipids and sterols. So if you go on a keto or banting diet, it might be wise to try and get 3NN. If you want more information, you can also contact me. But take note, one slice of bread contains roughly 15 grams of carbs, while a cup of cooked rice contains 53 grams of carbs. That just gives some idea. There are many established benefits that research has shown if you go on a keto or banting diet. Firstly, appetite regulation. You will not feel as hungry as often. Research has shown that being in ketosis suppresses appetite. There's a hormone, ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, which gets decreased. Furthermore, weight loss, well, you eat less because you restrict carbs and because of all the fat and the protein you eat, because the fat and protein makes you feel full for longer. Ketogenic diet suppress the appetite. It also decreased insulin levels and decreased fat burning, making it great to help get to and maintain a healthy weight. Because if your insulin levels drop, then you also store less food as fat. I have a recording, I think it's the third or the fourth Zoom of this weight loss group, where I talk about the insulin trap. Go watch that video to understand why high levels of insulin can actually lead to weight gain. Keto banting can also lead to reversal of diabetes and prediabetes, because being ketosis can help with that. It normalizes your blood sugar and it improves insulin sensitivity, because your type 2 diabetes obviously is linked to insulin insensitivity. So if you can get your cells to be more sensitive to insulin, you can actually reverse and go in remission. More benefits. It can give you enhanced athletic performance. Now people want to tell you you won't have energy if you go on banting or keto diet. I don't know. At the age of 56, I ran my fastest ever 2 Oceans Ultra Marathon, and I was on banting. I mean, I'm not the only person that I know of. I know other people, same story. Interesting enough, seizure management. If people struggle from seizures, they can also use keto and banting. Keto is actually designed initially because I wanted to see if it can control epilepsy in children and adults, and it does help. Ketoacidosis. Now, this is something people might be concerned about because they heard about this. Now, take note. If you treat your diabetes with insulin, if you're diabetic, your body should be using the insulin you give it to change blood sugar into energy. If you don't have enough insulin, your body will start to use fat for energy. Your liver will then start to produce ketones. Now, take note. In keto diet and banting, this type of thing will happen. But if you type 1 diabetic that uses insulin or type 2 diabetic that uses insulin, and as long as you use your insulin, you will never get to a level, you should not get to a level in the case where insulin will get too low. Okay, when ketones build up in the blood, they can become acidic and lead to something called diabetic ketoacidosis. Now, this can be life-threatening, of course. And if you've got this, you better get treatment and help as fast as you can. Go to clinic or hospital. Especially type 1 diabetics are at greater risk of getting DKA than people with other types of diabetes. If you have type 2 and use your insulin correctly, just look out for possible signs, but you're not supposed to go into diabetic ketoacidosis. It's common in people who have not been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, especially children. So if you're a parent, please check out for these symptoms so that you can make sure your child doesn't end up with DKA, which can be life-threatening. Symptoms, take note, there's the following symptoms like a fruity smell in your breath. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you've got ketoacidosis, because sometimes people going in ketosis get also this smelly, fruity smelly breath, some people. But if you also get high blood sugar levels, now this is getting abnormal. Remember, you'll get high blood sugar levels because your insulin drops. And because your insulin drops, your cells don't get sugar. And that's when the ketones get formed. And that's why DKA is a problem. Also, other symptoms are going to the toilet a lot, being really thirsty, feeling more tired than usual, stomach pain, changes to your breathing, usually deeper, much deeper breathing, confusion, fainting, feeling or being sick. Once you get to confusion and fainting, that's already quite far. Now, these symptoms can develop over 24 hours in some cases even faster. So if you notice these symptoms, test yourself. I know there are blood tests and urine tests you can get to test yourself to see if you go to ketoacidosis. But if you do, get help as fast as you can. Does a keto diet cause DKA? Well, following a keto diet does not necessarily cause DKA. A keto diet leads to ketosis when the body breaks down stored fat to convert it into energy. You might think that more ketones in your blood, this would increase your risk of DKA. Okay, you get more ketones, therefore bigger risk of DKA. But this type of ketosis doesn't lead to DKA because if your pancreas is still producing insulin, or if you inject the right amount of insulin for your diabetes, your blood doesn't become acidic. And that's the key. If you're considering a ketogenic diet and you're diabetic, then speak to your diabetes caretaker just to play the safe side and know how to manage it, the process. With DKA, the blood becomes acidic. The ketones build up in the blood glucose levels, usually because there is no insulin. And that is the key to prevent therefore your DKA. Ketoacidosis shouldn't be confused with ketosis. Ketosis itself is actually harmless. Ketosis can occur as a result of an extremely low carbohydrate diet, like your keto diet. Ketoacidosis is less common in people with type 2 diabetes because insulin levels don't usually drop so low, but it can happen. DKA may be the first sign of type 1 diabetes, as people with this disease can't make their own insulin, especially in children. The child starts showing symptoms and you don't suspect the child is diabetic, but if you look at carefully, they say, oh, he's got DKA. And they test him and find out he's diabetic. And you notice here's a list, compare keto with banting, and you notice there's not that much a difference. In many cases, they say you can eat the same things. Except in keto, they say, for example, not a lot of milk, reduce your milk, whereas banting, they're not that strict on milk, because milk contains sugar. And you see, in general, it's about the same type of food. But keto is a bit more stricter. Good habits that will help you lose weight, obviously, is don't diet. Because what happens, you go on a diet for 6 weeks, you lose weight, and 3-4 months later, you pick up everything plus another kilo to extra. Rather find a good eating lifestyle. Find like intermittent fasting or keto or banting and make it a lifestyle. Don't go fat-free. That is where people make a big mistake. There are certain fats that are essential. We must get it from the diet. Well, also sit down and eat. Don't watch TV while you eat. Enjoy your food, but while you're eating slowly and use smaller plates. Eat fiber-rich food first, then protein, and then carbs. You can also, they say then protein can include fatty food as well there. Say no to seconds. I know that's a tough one for me as well. And get active, even if it's only gardening. That's very good exercise. If you're banting a keto lifestyle, if you're like me, there are certain foods you won't like. I mean, I don't like cauliflower. Okay? Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, those things, I don't like that. So yes, if I go keto banting, I am going to be short on certain nutrients. And also take note, grains are not being eaten in keto banting. And in grains, there are important lipids and sterols. So those 3 and N supplements are very important to fill the gap there. So if you follow keto, you cut even more foods. You might end up missing on certain nutrients, and therefore it might be wise to find a good all-round whole food supplement, a natural one, not a synthetic one. Okay? So want to fill the gap between what you are eating and what you're supposed to eat. This is what I eat for breakfast. It's a shake. It's a shake that diabetics can also use. Now these two products, the shake and the Pro Vitality together, give me 56 of the 59 nutrient families. Now, things you won't find here are herbs, like herbs for women, herbs for men. Okay? Because I don't think I want to use herbs for women. I don't think I want my wife to use herbs for men either. Okay? So this is what I use. I replace a meal with this. Following a low-carb diet is more an issue of the mind than is an issue of what and how much is in your plate. You must have willpower. Your willpower must be stronger than emotions. Otherwise, you must be able to resist the short-term gratification. That chocolate you want to eat, okay? in pursuit of long-term goals. By the way, talking about chocolate, De Villiers chocolates, they've got keto chocolates. I've seen Spar and some other shops actually sell them. I think also you can pay also Checkers as well, but Spar, I've seen them in Spar. De Villiers chocolates. If you want to see a photograph of that, please contact me on my cell phone or email me, and I can send you a picture of those chocolates. Well, here's a voluntary participation weight table. It keeps you committed, keeps you accountable. Like in my case, I was stuck there for 2 weeks at 85 kilograms, and then came down by only 100 grams and said, I must come down more. So this past week, I put a bit more of an effort in, and I came down 400 grams more. Okay, Linda, we didn't have her reading last week, mass last week, so can't really compare. She's come down. In any case, look from where she started. And Janet, she's the star. She's in terms of this now the biggest loser, but not in a positive sense. She's showing us the way. Here you can see how many grams we've lost. Okay. Summary. To lose weight, you do not only have to change what you eat, you must adopt a healthy lifestyle. Find a low-carb lifestyle diet that you can work with, because it helps you to lose weight and helps you improve your health. Avoid toxins and detox your home and your body, because what's the use of you eating healthier when your home is full of toxins? There's another Zoom I did on toxins in the home and on hormones, which also on my YouTube channel, which I discuss this topic. So what's the use of you want to eat healthy, going keto or banting, making sacrifices, but you don't detox your home, and in the process you actually struggle to lose weight. Avoid artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and all these synthetic things. Go for whole food, natural foods. Consume enough fiber, fat, and protein. Read labels, make smart choices. But in any case, banting and keto also basically says avoid things in tins and packets and pre-cooked in boxes as far as possible. Eat as natural as possible. Cook from scratch. And if you're like me, use whole food supplements to supplement to ensure you get in all the nutrients, like in my case, the New Life Shake and the New Life Pro Vitality, because it fills the gaps and ensures that I get all the nutrients in I actually need. When you feel like giving up, remember why you got started. You wanted better health, you want to lose weight. So hang in there. Remember your goal. My YouTube channel, look for Herman J.V. Rensburg, and please go like my channel. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to it, please. That you'll find recordings of previous Zooms on there, plus many other videos on health and nutrition as well. If you want to lose weight, well, it may be time for you to change your buying habits, your eating habits, cut those carbs, go for the high-fat diets, or lifestyles rather. If you want more information, contact the person that invited you to watch the Zoom. But you can also contact me at herman@vibrantlifestyle.co.za. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch more videos as well. Please note that this presentation is not a doctor's prescription. It is from a primary healthcare perspective. It is to encourage people to have a healthy lifestyle, and that way they can improve their health and their well-being and energy levels and lose weight. Please let me know if you've got any questions that you want answers to, or suggestions, or topics you want me to talk about in the next Zoom. Thank you for watching. And there's my email address again. Please contact me if you want more information. Well, who can do it? You can do it. Then do it. Supplements are not tested for bioavailability. Let me give you an example. I phoned 4 companies actually a couple of years back about their calcium supplements. I wanted to know what percentage of the calcium in the supplements are actually absorbed and used by the body. I actually knew the answers before I phoned them, because the supplements were dolomite and calcium carbonate supplements. 3 of the companies straight out said they don't know. The 4th company when they phoned, put me through to a pharmacist. The pharmacist said, we don't know because we don't test our products on humans. Otherwise, the price would be too expensive. That is disgusting. They're putting something on the shelf and you have no idea whether it works. All about money.